9 pickups, rank from a bad purchase to a genuine financial trap, built specifically for buyers past 40 who want reliability, not a second job under the hood. Position 9 already drains owners quietly, and it looks completely unremarkable in a driveway. Number 9. Ram 1500, 2019 to 2021 e-Torque. The 48-volt mild hybrid system sounded smart on paper. A small battery assisting the engine, smoother stop-start, a touch better fuel economy. Reality landed differently. Car complaints. Com shows a steady climb in reports of e-Torque battery packs failing outright, control modules dying without warning, and repair estimates crossing 4 figures for a system most owners can't even feel working day-to-day. Parts aren't shared with older Ram generations, so a truck can sit in a service bay for weeks waiting on a single module. Timing makes it worse. These trucks are aging out of factory powertrain coverage right now, in 2026, just as failure rates start climbing. Buyers who thought they bought a simple half-ton Discover, they actually bought a hybrid experiment with none of the advertised savings and all of the fragility. One independent shop in Ohio reported the same e-Torque failure on 3 separate trucks in a single month, all within a few thousand miles of each other on the odometer. Bad. Survivable. What's next isn't. Number 8. Chevrolet Colorado / GMC Canyon, 2016 to 2019, 2. 8. El Duramax. This one moved past an annoying bill into recall territory. GM issued multiple recalls tied to fuel injector failures on the diesel Colorado and Canyon, several severe enough that drivers reported stalling at highway speed. Not a minor inconvenience, a genuine safety event. Independent diesel mechanics who service fleets describe the injector problem as systemic rather than isolated, serious enough that it drew class action attention and quiet extended warranty adjustments GM never advertised loudly. Here's what trips up secondhand buyers specifically, especially those coming from decades of buying gas-only trucks with no diesel experience at all. Private sellers aren't required to disclose recall history, and plenty genuinely don't know their own truck falls inside the affected range. Someone shopping used in 2026 can walk into a 5-figure repair with 0 warning on the listing page. Injector replacement alone, outside any remaining coverage, regularly runs past $3,000 before anyone even checks what a highway stall might have damaged elsewhere in the fuel system. 2 entries in, and both problems share the same root. Complexity bolted onto trucks that used to be simple machines. Neither one, though, shows up before a buyer signs the paperwork. The next truck does, right there in the insurance quote. Number 7 is coming up, and this is where premiums stop being background noise and start becoming the actual story. Number 7. Jeep Gladiator, 2020 to 2022. Premiums jumped first. Consumer Reports has kept the Gladiator near the bottom of its pickup reliability rankings for 2 straight cycles, and ensures price risk off exactly the kind of data. Shoppers past 40 who want something rugged for weekend trips keep hitting the same wall at renewal. A bill noticeably higher than a comparable Wrangler, sometimes higher than trucks twice its size. Soft top and removable door configurations are part of the reason. Seal leaks aren't unusual, and once water finds the wiring harness under the seats, electrical faults start cascading. A warning light here, a dead module there. One tow call leading to another a few months later. Claims data reflects that pattern clearly, well before it ever shows up in an owner's forum post. Then there's collision repair. Gladiator-specific bed and frame parts trail behind Wrangler supply, so shops routinely quote longer waits and steeper labor. A fender bender that would take a week elsewhere can stretch into a month here, and every extra day on a rental car adds to what the insurer eventually pays out, which loops right back into next year's premium. Number 6. Nissan Titan, 2016 to 2021. This one isn't really a mechanical story. It's a disappearing support story, and it moves fast once it starts. Nissan never carved out serious market share against the Detroit 3 or Toyota, and by the mid-2020s that translated into a thinner dealer footprint and slower parts fulfillment nationwide. Owners describe multi-week waits for something as routine as a transmission control module. simply because regional warehouses stopped stocking Titan parts at all volumes. Depreciation studies show the same story from a different angle. A 5-year-old Titan loses value faster than nearly anything else in the class because buyers sense, correctly, that the platform has no future and the network behind it keeps thinning. Sell now, eat the loss. Keep it, and gamble on a supply chain shrinking every quarter. Neither option was obvious the day the loan got signed, and that's exactly the trap. Number 5. Ford F-153. 5 litres EcoBoost, 2011-2014. Here's a failure mechanics can practically calendar. The timing chain tensioner on these early EcoBoost engines wears predictably, usually somewhere between 100,000 and 150,000 miles, right where a lot of trucks land in a used buyer's price range. When it lets go, the chain can jump timing, and depending on how far it slips, the fix ranges from a tensioner swap to a full engine rebuild. Independent shops that specialize in EcoBoost work will say the same thing almost word for word. It's not a matter of if on high-mileage examples, it's when. And the timing rarely lines up with a fresh trade-in. It shows up right after the warranty runs out, right after someone feels safe. The next entry doesn't wait for mileage to catch up. It arrives brand new, straight off the lot, wearing a price tag nobody over 40 expected. Number 4. Ram 1500 TRX. 602 horsepower sells itself in a showroom. Nobody mentions the ownership math until the first renewal notice lands. Supercharged, built for speed, and priced like a luxury SUV before a single option gets added. The TRX carries an insurance premium that regularly runs 30 to 50% above a standard Ram 1500, according to multiple insurance comparison studies published since its release. Underwriters don't care how responsibly someone drives. They price the vehicle's performance ceiling and its theft appeal, and a supercharged half-ton checks both boxes. Then there's the part almost nobody budgets for correctly: tires. The TRX rides on specialized off-road performance rubber that wears fast under that much torque, and replacement sets routinely cost, well, over $2,000. Fuel economy sits in the low teens. None of that is a defect. It's simply the bill for the performance. A bill plenty of buyers over 40 didn't fully price out before signing, because the truck felt so composed on the test drive that the numbers seemed almost theoretical. Number 3. Tesla Cybertruck. Panel gaps that vary from one build to the next. Stainless steel body panels that show corrosion spotting faster than owners expected, especially in regions that salt the roads. A recall tied to an accelerator pedal that could physically detach under pressure, confirmed by federal safety filings, not rumor. This is a truck still working through first-generation manufacturing growing pains, and buyers are paying full price to be part of that process. Repair costs compound the problem. Body panels are structural on the Cybertruck, not bolt-on cosmetic pieces, so what would be a simple fender swap on almost any other truck becomes a far larger job here, often requiring specialized Tesla body shops that aren't available in every region. Insurance reflects exactly that complexity. Premiums have landed noticeably above comparable full-size trucks, partly because claims data is still thin and partly because repair costs, when they do happen, run high. There's also the charging reality nobody mentions in the marketing. Towing anything substantial collapses range dramatically, sometimes by more than half, which turns a planned 3-hour trip into an unplanned search for a fast charger in the middle of nowhere. Number 2. GMC Hummer EV Pickup. Nearly 10,000 pounds, once battery pack and body are combined, heavier than some medium-duty commercial trucks. That mass isn't a footnote. It accelerates tire wear, stresses brake components faster than any conventional truck, and multiple road safety researchers have flagged vehicles in this weight class as a genuine concern in collisions with smaller cars, given the physics involved. Charging infrastructure wasn't built with this in mind either. Fast charging stalls rated for typical EVs can take dramatically longer to fill a battery this large, and towing, something buyers assume a truck this size should handle easily, can cut real-world range by more than half almost immediately. One entry remains, and it doesn't just cost more to own. It's the single case on this list where the manufacturer itself eventually admitted the problem publicly. Number 1. Ford F-150 Lightning, 2022 to 2023 early production. This is the one truck on the list where Ford itself confirmed the problem in writing to federal regulators. In early production Lightnings, a battery manufacturing defect could lead to intermittent power loss or, in a smaller number of documented cases, a fire risk while charging. Ford issued a formal recall and, for a period, told owners of certain units not to charge above 90% or to charge unattended at all, an instruction that turns an 8-hour overnight charge into something requiring supervision for a truck marketed as effortless daily transportation. That recall alone would place it high on any list. What pushes it to number one is what happened after. Battery degradation in cold climates arrived faster than early marketing suggested, with some owners in northern states reporting real-world range drops exceeding 30% once temperatures fell below freezing, a figure echoed across independent cold-weather EV testing conducted by outlets like Consumer Reports and Motor Trend. Buyers over 40 who cross-shop this against a diesel workhorse, expecting similar towing range, found the advertised distance essentially theoretical the moment a trailer got hitched and the weather turned. One tested example lost more than half its remaining range within the first hour of towing in cold conditions. Not a worst-case scenario, a documented result. Then resale value collapsed under all of it. Used Lightning prices fell faster than almost any other vehicle tracked in 2024 and 2025 depreciation studies, some losing over 50% of original value inside 2 years. A truck bought at $60,000, recalled, range limited in winter, and worth roughly half that within 24 months isn't a bad purchase anymore. It's a financial event. And that's really the thread running through all 9 of these trucks, from the quiet e-Tor battery failures at number 9 of this. Complexity without proven longevity keeps getting sold as innovation, and buyers who trusted decades-old brand reputations got machines those brands hadn't actually finished testing. The pattern isn't about diesel versus electric or American versus import. It's about how new a system is, how thin the real-world data behind it still is, and how expensive it is to be part of that experiment personally. None of this means every new truck is a trap. It means the truck worth trusting after 40 is usually the one with the least to prove, years of ownership data behind it, a wide parts network, and no open recalls hanging over the title. Worth checking that history before signing anything, not after. If this saved a costly decision or confirmed one already made the hard way, the comment section is open for which of these 9 surprised you most.